Hey my friends, this is Loli. Welcome back to the channel. Today I bring you some amazing Rustic Americana home decor DIYs using Dollar Tree products. Here we go with the first inspiration. I took 4 of these little crates from the Dollar Tree, and now I'm taking some of my Waverly Antique Wax and I'm diluting it with some water. And we are going to go ahead and also paint the front of these crates with my Black & Decker paint and primer. And then we're gonna use that mixture that we made in the beginning, and we are going to go ahead and add some more of the antique wax. I didn't like how light it was, so I'm just making a little darker, and I'm going back in, and this is more of the color I was hoping to get. So I'm going to completely cover the entire section that is exposed, that was unpainted, with this mixture. And I'm not being careful to not get into the white because that's gonna get distressed anyway. So I got the sides. Now I'm going into the little pieces that are in between, and I'm wiping off the excess and also wiping some onto the white to antique it as well. And here are all 4 pieces all completed. Now we're gonna take some of these napkins from the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to place it right on top of all the crates. I want to see exactly how they're gonna fall. So once I was happy and I knew that one was enough, I'm gonna add Mod Podge to all 4 of them. My friends, I want to take a quick moment to say welcome to my channel and thank you for clicking on my video, and to my subscribers, thank you so much for your support. It truly means the world to me. Thank you so much. And those that are new, consider subscribing. I let that Mod Podge dry, and then I'm placing my napkin right on top of it, and I'm just making sure that it's nice and straight. Then I'm cutting them into 4 individual pieces, and I'm going to take some parchment paper and my little iron and iron this napkin onto my piece. Please note that I did remove the second layer of napkin. I forgot to mention that. And now I'm just going to remove the excess napkin, cut slits where the little slats are, and then put a little bit of fire to it and let the excess burn right away. You see how awesome that is? Look at that. I love watching this, guys. It's so fun. And those little edges that didn't get burned off, I'm just using my little nail file to go ahead and finish off those little edges. And then I'm going to take some of this dishwasher safe Mod Podge. This is going to be coasters, therefore needing to be water safe and in the napkin not to get ruined. So I gave him 2 coats of this Mod Podge. And that's it. We are done. Look how cute those are. I love these, guys. Let me know what you think. The second inspiration piece, it is one of these pieces from the Dollar Tree. I am going to paint the top section using Tuscan Red from Apple Barrel. I made sure to paint the sides as well, so this will be nice and finished. For the bottom piece, I use this dark blue from Craftsman, and I give this about 3 coats of this paint. Again, I am doing the bottom part along with the sides where this blue is. And the white is white, but I didn't like the white it was, so I'm going to go ahead and use this Craftsman white paint to also paint the sides, the front, and the other side of the middle part there. I give each 3 coats. And here are all the 3 colors that I used in case you need to get them. The Craftsman paints I got from Michael, and Apple Barrel from Walmart. And here it is so far. Now we are going to take the stencil from Dollar Tree. I'm going to use the same colors. I'm going to first place the top portion there on the white, and I'm going to stencil the blue color onto that piece. In the beginning here, I was stenciling the tiny stars along with the big star in the middle. That was the first, idea I had, and it just didn't turn out the way I wanted. So I went with a different approach. You'll see it in a little while when I changed it up. For the bottom part, since the blue part was blue, I needed a different color. So I went with yellow with the bottom part of the star there, using some makeup brushes to put the stencil down. Just make sure it is not too saturated to avoid any bleeds. Remember when I told you to change my mind? So I removed that star altogether, painted over it, and just leave the circle of stars. So here, I didn't like how the red was still looking, so I give it another coat. And I'm gonna put it aside to dry. In the meantime, I'm gonna work with these stars from Dollar Tree. I took 5, painted 3 of them with the blue color and 2 of them with the white color. My friends, if you're enjoying the video so far, don't forget to leave me a thumbs up. And if you're so inclined and you're really enjoying the content, go ahead and subscribe. It is free and it means the world to me. And of course, don't forget to hit the notification bell and set it to all so you don't miss out on any of my upcoming videos. Alright, so once those stars dry, I'm going to take a little bit of wood hot glue and I'm going to attach them to the top section, the red section of that flag I made. I put 1 in the middle and 2 on the sides. I'm going to attach them with some hot glue only, and I'm going to place the white ones right there in between those to make sure that everything is nice and centered. And it's looking cute, right? But I'm not done yet. I'm going to take some twine, and we're going to be distressing this first. I took one of those glass cleaner wipes from Dollar Tree, and I'm just dry distressing, or wet distressing actually, the edges of this little piece. And just, if you see there, I'm just wiping off the color on each of the sections on the edges there, just to create a little bit more depth on it. And I'm just being very careful though to not bring that color to the next color, because especially with the blue being so close to the white, you can easily stain the blue. So just be very careful to stay in those sections first and move your little wipey in between. Now I took some antique wax from Waverly and I'm completely distressing and grunging up this piece a lot. I love how this looks. I love that whole, antiqued Americana decor. So this is what we are going to do here. If you don't like this, you can go ahead and just skip this step. And then I took off the twine. There's the twine. So I just took the twine. I'm going to go ahead and glue it diagonal right there. And I'm just doing 1 crisscross like that. And making sure to have it nicely centered on that circle of stars. Then I tied it up doing 2 knots. And then we just going to glue it in place. Here I feel like I should play the Jeopardy sound. Do, 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 do. Don't mind me, guys. Here I'm finally gluing it down, like I said. I'm just making sure that everything stays in place. I don't want this twine moving, so that's why I did that. So now I took a single star. I'm going to paint it red using this same Tuscan red. And once it dried, I pasted right there with both twines joined. And of course, I'm going to distress it as well. So I just put a little bit of antique wax on top of it as well. And here it is, all done. Look how cute that is, guys. I love it. Let me know what you think. For the 4th inspiration, I'm going to use one of these tin cans from Dollar Tree, one of these foam balls, and a dowel rod, and some floral foam and some flowers. So first thing that I did was cut a piece of floral foam, just a little square, and then I added some hot glue to my pail and glued that floral foam to the bottom. Now I'm going to take my foam ball, put the dowel rod right in the middle of it, and stick it onto my floral foam. Now I'm taking the flowers and we are going to start at the very top with a red one and start putting the other ones around that, trying to keep the colors varied. Like, try to put a blue, a white, a red, a blue, like a pattern like that, in which, they look nice and uniform. And I just did that until I completely covered the entire ball. Or I will say, I get at least like 4/5 of it. I used a total of 4 picks of this. Note that these flowers I got when they were still $1. So I spent $4 on that and $1 on the pail and the foam ball I had in my stash for I don't know how long, and so the dowel rod and the floral foam. So note here also, guys, that you see me here, I'm just sticking the flowers using the little piece that comes off of it. I didn't leave any of the what do you call it? The stems on them. I wanted the flower to be completely onto this. You could use, leave a piece of the pick on there and just not have to use any glue. I wanted to just have it nice and attached with just that piece. So I just positioned them where I needed them. Once the holes were pre-made, I went back in and added a little bit of hot glue onto that piece. But you can always do this glueless and just cut your stems short and stick it right into your ball. I just didn't want the stems hitting each other and giving me a hard time, that's all. So here you can see when I was having a hard time with them popping off, and I was expecting that because, you know, that's what happens when they're pressured like this. And here you see how I am adding some hot glue to them, putting the hot glue into the hole that I created and then putting it down, waiting for that to dry. Just make sure to use your glue gun with not too much of the high setting in the glue so you don't melt off the foam. Once every flower was glued in place and dry, I'm going to flip this over and add my dowel rod back in. I lost my hole, guys. How? I don't know, but I created a new one. And I'm just, you know, reinforcing it with a bit of hot glue and letting that dry. And this is going to go right back into the pail. Then I took some craft paper and I'm just, you know, making it all wrinkly, a little more malleable, and I'm just filling in the pail with it to make sure that everything stays in place and that I have to use less of the next thing that I'm going to put in here instead of wasting some of my Spanish moss there. I added paper and now I am covering up that paper with some Spanish moss. And I found that it's easier and less messy if I cut my flower, my Spanish moss, instead of trying to tear it off. So that's what I did. My friends, today's video is part of a collaboration. It is the 5 Under 5 challenge, and it is hosted monthly by Missy from the Crafty Cove and Emily from Farmhouse Chic. And the co-host this month is Marla from the Chic Show. The links to their channels and to the playlist will be in the description box below. Don't forget to visit the playlist and see all of the amazing creations, all of the amazing crafts I prepared for you today. You can also find the playlist in the comments. As you can see there, my friends, I also use some antique wax to age my flowers along with the tin. And here we go. It is all complete. Look at that, guys. What do you guys think? For the fourth inspiration piece, I'm going to use one of these new little signs from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to completely cover with my Black & Decker paint and primer the brown section on there along with the sides of the frames. I use a small paintbrush because I wanted that choppy look. Then I painted the frame using Ocean from Waverly. I thought this color will be drying a lot darker based on the cover, but it wasn't. So I did this, waited for it to dry, and once it dried, the color didn't change much. I wanted something darker. So I took some of this Rust-Oleum chalk paint in navy, and I'm adding a little bit of black to it, and now I am adding it to my frame. It looks pretty black there. It really isn't black. It is like a navy blue. So it came out perfect. Once the frame was completely dry, I took one of these calendars from Dollar Tree and I'm going to use this patriotic print. This is the calendar from 2023, and I'm going to cut out that truck. Then I'm placing it right down, make sure exactly where I wanted it. And then I took some Mod Podge and I'm going to add it to the flip side of the truck, making sure to saturate every single inch of the paper. I felt that the sides were kind of bland and generic, so I decided to take the sides of the calendar piece and put them on the sides of the frame as well. I also attached them using some Mod Podge. My friends, I'm so excited for the summer. I can't wait to get out there and do things. I am trying to figure out a way to craft outside because I do want you guys to have like a great view and you can see all the lighting and everything. You can see clearly what I'm working on. I'm not sure if daylight light will be good enough for the videos. You guys let me know if you would like to see me crafting outside in some of my videos, just so I can enjoy the outdoors, watch my kids play, and at the same time do what I love, which is watch my kids play first of all, and then crafting as well. All right, guys, so I made a burlap bow. I'm going to go ahead and make also a red and jute cord bow, and I'm going to tie the two bows together right there. Friends, I knew I wanted a bow in this piece. I just had a hard time trying to figure out exactly where I wanted to keep it. So here you're going to find me putting it in all kinds of different places, but the other side kind of felt a little blank, so I decided to go ahead and just dovetail my ends and put it to the side. And then I was like, you know, the other side is too empty and I don't like the bow on that side because it covers the flag. I didn't want the flag to get covered either, so I decided to put the bow in this side and to add the other side of the calendar piece to the other side of that frame there. I just had to take my time and try to figure out exactly how to place this. I didn't want the flag to get covered in any way, so I placed my piece down and folded it in a way so that I was able to create a little crease that will show me exactly the angle in which I needed to cut this piece in order to protect the integrity of the flag. Once I made sure that everything fits correctly, I took some Mod Podge and used it to glue this down. Okay, now I can give my OCD some rest. Now it looks nice and symmetrical, and now we're gonna glue the bow right there to that corner, and we're gonna let that dry. And I added a little bit more at the top to reinforce, and now we are going to distress the entire thing using some Waverly antique wax. My friends, thank you so much for being with me this far into the video. It means that you have enjoyed the content, so go ahead and subscribe. It is free and it means the world to me. So now we are all distressed out, and this is it. Let me know what you think. I love this piece. I sure hope you loved it too. For our fifth inspiration, I used this sign from the Dollar Tree. It comes with the 3 stars. I sanded down all of the glitter and also most of the color. Then I removed all 3 of the stars because that's what I will be using for this DIY. But I did keep that star for future use. So now I'm going to take the 3 stars and I'm going to paint the first one with that mixture that I made when I was working on the picture frame with the truck. I'm going to paint this star with that color, but I'm using a very small brush because I want it to be streaky. Then I took antique parchment from Apple Barrel and I painted the tan star using that color as well. And for the third star, I used Tuscan Red by Apple Barrel, and again using a small brush, so I have the little streaky finish. Once they dried, I came in with different colors to color back in those letters. So for the white star, I used the Tuscan Red to put the A right back where it belongs. Here, take your time. I am just having this quite sped up. I did take my time, and in order to have nice clean lines. Now I'm using the antique parchment from Apple Barrel to color in the blue star and put that U right back in there. For the red star, I used that dark blue to go ahead and bring back that S. Alright, so now I'm taking 3 of these burlap canvases that I got from Dollar Tree, and we are going to place our stars on there. I just use hot glue to do that. And then I'm going to take some of this Fix All that I got from Dollar Tree. It's actually made by super glue, and I'm putting it in the 4 points there where the burlap was, the inner part of the burlap, in the first and last ones. Then I'm bringing them closer, and I'm going to be adding the S on top of those, and just pressed it down in place until the hot glue set, and give it time for the Fix All to make things permanent. And I just reinforced it with some more hot glue on the joint side once I flipped it over. I wanted some more security on this as well, and to make sure that everything held in place and it was able to stand on its own, I added some of these tumbling tower blocks from the Dollar Tree. I ended up making a stack of 4 for each one of the canvases. Then I took some more tumbling tower blocks, and I am gluing them on the sides there where the 2 canvases join, in order to give this a little bit more stability and make sure that this doesn't fall apart. I wanted to put pieces of painter sticks that I had left over from other projects, but I couldn't find it. But if you're able to do that, that will be quite easy. So you will be able to put a piece alongside the entire side there of the canvases. So here you see me adding the extra tumbling tower blocks here to the bottom, so it acts as little feet to keep this from tipping over. And I made 3 bows. I made a blue one, which I placed right there in the center where the S is, and 2 red ones, and I placed those on the other 2 sides, one where the U is and another one where the A is, right at the top of each one of these burlap canvases. I keep wanting to call them frames, but they are canvases. When I was done with this part, it was a little tipping forward, so I added a tiny piece of popsicle stick in the bottom there, and that fixed the issue. Then I used some of this ribbon from Dollar Tree, and I cut a tiny, actually a thin piece of it, and I'm going to glue it right there to the bottom of the stars. I felt like I needed a little bit more character in the bottom, plus I needed also to cover up that popsicle stick that I stuck in the middle. And that's it, we're done. Here is the final review. Don't forget to let me know which one is your favorite. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Be blessed, be a blessing, and craft responsibly. And if you would like to follow me on social media, here are my social media links. And if you would like to watch another of my videos, here is a suggestion. And don't forget to visit my friends in the playlist. They have amazing stuff waiting for you to see. Thank you again, my dears. You guys have an amazing day. Bye.